Hello, everybody, and peace to you. Today, it's really on my heart to start talking about where we are headed as a collective in the future. This is something that when I hear other people talking about it, my whole body and my whole soul resonates with yes, we are moving into a new age with the rise of more light workers and with a demand for more people with intuitive capabilities to be able to heal, create new systems, create new connections. There's this shift from not just moving away from materialism, but encompassing materialism into a bigger, expanded version of life that's really from the heart. It's almost like collectively, especially in the West, moving from the third chakra of action and power into a more expanded version of heart chakra, openness, love, collective unity, and joy. When I hear people talk about this, I just feel my whole soul resonate, and this deep part of me knows that what they're saying is true. People like Lee Harris, who has been doing intuitive updates, intuitive energy updates for the past 20 years. Melanie Beckler, who has a relationship with angels and guides and channels for people to really remember who we are as infinite beings of cosmic light. And Kim Chestney, who is one of my teachers right now, who teaches on in the intuition lab on how to access our own intuitive abilities. That's not some esoteric skill reserved for highly spiritual people, but that's quite accessible to any human who has a pulse. So she really teaches it from as a kindergarten level in a good way that's playful and that's approachable for people. And my coach Rachel Clare, who's an intuitive and clairvoyant herself and has for at least a decade been really diving into the psychic world and using her skills to help women bring about their vision of life into the world. All these people are so important, and I feel the call myself to speak from my heart, to speak with honesty. And it's very scary for me because I for the past 20 years have been so drawn to this spiritual world, and I know that it's true, and continue to put myself in spaces that have a lot of institutional backing already, like specifically with healthcare of I'm a trained occupational therapist that's right on the edge of what alternative medicine is, where the profession is very open and embraces alternative approaches, but is still operating within a biomedical model. And there are lots of occupational therapists that are practicing from their heart, using art and intuition and creativity, but it still hasn't made its way to mainstream that these are true evidence-based ways of healing. And so I still practiced as an occupational therapist and was very much plugged into the system, working at a hospital for a long time and billing insurance, and then went on to get a PhD and studied rehabilitation sciences and health services research that was so focused on not necessarily objective truth, where I love my research training, but where we were still studying subjective truths and subjective experience, but in the realm of in the box of what society considers to be acceptable knowledge right now. And we are moving into a new phase where more research is coming out about quantum physics and about our understanding of time and space not quite fully encompassing what it is, where it's bigger. The quantum physics is showing us that it is possible to connect across time and space. It is possible to tune in to deeper truths, and there is a part of us that knows everything. So this is really unbelievable, and there are teachers out there that are putting themselves out there and saying it. And it is my time to join them and start being honest as well about how I am marrying my objective mind with my subjective mind and my subtle body and my intuition of really what I am perceiving and feeling at a deep level is the truth that I have to share with the world. Another really important part of all of this transition and all of this messaging is our markets in the next few decades are going to shift towards these more collective values as we move into the heart center and towards a greater appreciation and holistic understanding of what our intuition is able to provide for us, where we're going to desire people to have intuitive capacities in the same way right now that coders are desired and highly marketable in their boot camps. There's lots of ways to learn coding. We need it for everything. Intuition is going to be like that too. It's not that far off. We are shifting into this space of broader awareness where just because we can't see it in the physical world, there's already evidence that there's energy and healing that happens beyond doing something physical to someone else or to ourselves. The evidence is beautiful to read about, and it takes being brave and joining the conversation and being willing to not have the full picture but put it out there and have where we can continue to refine our understanding collectively of this bigger picture that we don't know what it is yet. And part of that too involves being a little uncomfortable with this unknown, instead of saying we're only going to focus in on this tiny portion of truth that we can see and we can study, and we're going to ignore everything beyond this tiny picture. We're starting to open up and say, okay, we don't quite see it or understand it, but there is more than this tiny piece of life and of consciousness that we've been focusing on. There is more, there is beyond. I'm so excited about this shift. I feel it in my own life. I feel lucky to be alive, lucky to be young and getting to grow in this way with the collective. And I invite you to do so too, and to join the conversation and start to explore within yourself of what is even possible within your own body and mind for changing your reality. Thank you for joining the conversation. I look forward to engaging with you more on this topic. Peace to you.